East Boston in particular had one of the highest rates of COVID-19, and so this is one of the communities that was really the hardest hit.
El COVID pues afectaba mi vida como estudiantilmente en mi colegio y laboralmente hubo pérdida de empleo a causa del COVID.
Dejé de trabajar por la pandemia y sí he tenido familiares que han sufrido mucho sobre el COVID, también pérdidas de familia.
How come the communities that were most impacted by COVID were not the communities that were getting vaccine clinics, the city and state sponsored and funded vaccine clinics? We noticed that there was a gap, that the places that were carrying the biggest burden, the patients who we saw dying the most, the patients who were struggling the most with COVID infections were the ones that were finding it hardest to get the vaccine. And so we started thinking, well, how could we make it easy for this population to get vaccinated? And it turns out there's a pretty tried and true playbook for this kind of mobilization, and that is through GOTV tactics. Except in this case, GOTV is not getting out the vote, it's getting out the vaccine.
Coming out here, actually sending volunteers to canvass a neighborhood, not just the day of, but also the days prior, is very important to spread the word, make sure that people are getting the message, make sure that they understand, right, that we're speaking to them in their language, and that they feel comfortable, right? That's why we're at a church right now, because a lot of people feel comfortable with their community leaders, with these faith organizations and so forth, to come and get the vaccine.
When you think about what we're doing here with regard to vaccine equity, really we are out here putting out a fire. Right? We are going to these hotspot communities and trying to get these folks vaccinated, right? At the end of the day, if we don't build up this community, if we don't build up the capacity of this community, we're going to be right back here next year, in 5 years, in 10 years, whenever the next big calamity or disaster is. This is the kind of community that's going to be hit first. And it's in these communities where we need to make sure folks have the ability to sit at the table and help make decisions around why policy makers should listen to this community and prioritize needs and the interests of this community. And the way that we do that, the first way that we do that is by helping them vote.
We're really trying to make a two-pronged effort to increase access to vaccination as well as increase access to voter registration. In general, communities that vote get more attention and more resources.
We vaccinated, I think we're at about 7,000 folks at this point. So, we're currently here on this Saturday and we're continuing to vaccinate, and we're not going to stop until everyone receives a vaccine.